and happy evening to all. Recording in progress. On behalf of Remax Foundation and SRN Others College, Bengaluru, I would like to welcome you all to this 7-day virtual FTP on Sustainable Teaching Practices in Academic 5.0, Day 2. It's my proud privilege to extend my heartiest welcome to our resource person, Pradeep Shetty. He is a mindset transformation coach. He runs an academy, Mindset Training Academy. He has trained more than 10,000 plus students and working professionals in this field since last couple of years. He is an ex-Dell employee and has been trained by several well-known national trainers. He is a podcaster, has been a host in a couple of events, Authors Alive podcast and Toastmasters podcast. He has his own podcast show in Spotify, Mindset Transformation Podcast. He is the chapter president of Nagarbavi Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters District 121 has selected him for Lead 1.0, that is Leadership Development Program, which will be a training conducted for 6 months from November 23 to April 24. He is awarded as the Best Social Contributor towards free education to kids below 10 years of age. We are indeed privileged to have you as our speaker today, sir. On behalf of Primax Foundation and on my personal behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, Rajeshwari ma'am. Thank you so much for this warm welcome. And I'm thankful to Primax Foundation. It's not my first time I'm coming to your program, giving me an opportunity to be with the great personalities across the globe. So thank you very much for the warm welcome. I'm thankful to you for this opportunity. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
And thanks to Dr. Ramanathan sir also for the opportunity, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome, sir. Please, sir.
Over to you, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Thanks for the permission. So I'll be going ahead and sharing my PPT over here. Give me a moment. Okay, are you able to see the in full screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So good evening all. A warm welcome to all the dignitaries over here from the Adarsh Group institution with this in collaboration with them and along with Primax Foundation for the 7-day virtual FTP on sustainable teaching practices in academics 5.0. My name is Pradeep Shetty and I'm a mindset transformation coach and also a public speaking coach. I have an academy. I run an academy in Bengaluru. It's called the Mindset Training Academy. I have a famous slogan which I normally start with, which is called change your mindset and change your life. So my dear friends, I'm going to take you on a ride. It's not a normal ride, boat ride, bus ride, but it's going to be a flight ride, which I'll be telling you. So first and foremost, I would like to thank Rajeshwari ma'am for this great opportunity, Primax Foundation, and also to Dr. Ramanathan sir, who I think we are in touch for the last couple of years. And our first conference started with the Dubai conference. So thank you very much. That was my first opportunity to get into this, the FTP and various other programs. Thank you very much. Here's my short profile. I would not like to say much, but yes, one thing which I would like to focus is about the mindset, which I've been doing more rigorously right from the pandemic. We all have seen what we have passed through, especially the mental issues, what we have passed through, and wherein even the UNICEF and various other big bodies have come together saying that mental health plays a very important role. My dear friends, in an article by World Health Organization, they have said by 2026, the entire universe, the whole world will come into a mental thing, which is the word they coin is depression. Slowly, as time passes, even though the facility, the technology, everything is going on increasing, but one thing which is holding our attention or the focus is the various distraction which we see, which we all know. One with the, of course, the mobile phones, and other the social media, which is trying to grab our attention. So our attention span at this moment is less than that of a goldfish, which has an attention span of 8 seconds. So we have an attention span far lesser than that. I have got several certificates, I think more than 100 certificates. So here we are for the next, say, 99 minutes or maybe 110 minutes. I'm sorry. Let's get into, I advise each one of you to onboard to my chartered plane. I have a dream by 2030, I want to buy a 12-seater chartered plane. So as of right now, just think you all are boarding into a business class. We'll be going 33,000 feet high above the ground, above the sea level. And I request, if it's possible, you can just grab a notepad and a pen so that you can jot down the points. We'll have a question and answer session at the end, maybe 10 minutes, depending upon how much time we have. I also request you to have maybe a bottle of water or some beverages, tea, coffee, or even a cold drink. It would be great if you can give 100% attention, because every word I speak would be completely related to this habit change. And definitely, if you even get that 1 or 2 or 3 nuggets from this, it would change your life, and especially your mindset. And also our most important friend, which is always with us, the mobile phone, I request you to please put it on either silent mode or a flight mode. That would be much better. My journey, I started with, in 2006, I failed in my partnership business. I started my own business. Again, I failed in 2014. I had a car accident in 2014, and then a lot of other things. I shifted to Pune from Mumbai. I was in Mumbai, and then I shifted to Pune, where I stayed for 13 days with just 5 vada pav per day, because I did not have anything in my pocket. My pocket was empty. And later I moved to Bangalore in 2015, joined Convergys, then to Dell, and then to L Brands, a US-based company. I started my Mindset Training Academy in 2020, and still going on great. We are doing great. There is a disclaimer. The examples used in this PPT is only for representational purpose only, and not to hurt anybody, right? I'll be using a couple of things over here just as an example, to cite an example, like Grand Bar and Restaurant. So any one of you who owns maybe Grand Bar and Restaurant in some corner of India or something like that, kindly apologize. It's just an example which I've taken, so kindly don't feel hurt. I've taken a few characters over here in my PPT, like Ranjit, Bhavesh, and Deepak. Right? So any of one of you with the name Ranjit, Bhavesh, and Deepak, so I'm not talking about you, just trying to make things clear. And it's just an example I've cited so that we'll be more focused. Yes, I have taken examples of cigarette smoking, which is quite clear and easy to understand for each one of us, and also alcohol, drinking alcohol. And I've also used some big brands called like McDonald's or Burger King, saying that that you should not go there, or maybe it's a little bit spicy and all those things, but it's only for representational purpose and nothing to do. They are both great brands and doing far better, and we know that how much branches they have and the quality of food they give. So let's start. And remember, this is going to be an one-to-one interaction. It's not that I'm a teacher and you a student or something like that. You all are great in your respective fields, and I respect to whatever you are doing right now. That's really nice. But the entire session would be great if you would be chatting, you would be, dropping some yes, no, or whatever. In case if I ask you questions, I'll be happy, and my energy level will start going up as we move forward, right? So the first question is, do you agree that charging or changing your mindset will play a very important role in your life? My dear friends, you can answer yes, or you can choose to answer no. Even that should be fine, right? Right, great. Thank you. Thank you. Great audience. Thank you. We all want to remove or curb this one thing which is called habits, which I call it in another term as mindset. That your mind, and set means my set of programs which has already been there since our birth, right from the child. The programming keeps going on, and it goes on up to the age of 8 years, and that is the time when maximum programming has been done into our subconscious mind. So we want to break bad habits, and we want to build on the other end good habits, each one of us, right? So here it is, the 3 R's of habit change, my dear friends. So there is a pattern which normally goes, and which we will look into and dive into deeper as to what this 3 R's are. The first R is the reminder. Now, what is this reminder? It is a trigger that initiates the behavior, right? Which I'm going to explain by an example in the next slides. The second one is the routine, the behavior itself, that the action what you take, whether you need to do it or you should not do it. And it's totally up to you. You need to take a call on that. And the third is the reward associated with this. I mean, what is the benefits? What is the advantages you are going to have when you do this, when you take this action? Now, there is you can see a phone, a mobile phone, and suddenly you receive a call from someone, right? Maybe it might be your friend, or maybe some unknown person. Your phone rings, that is the reminder, and that initiates the behavior automatically. Now, it's up to you to choose whether you should pick up that call, or you can neglect it, or you can say, no, I don't want to receive this call. The step 2 is you answer your phone. That's your routine. Maybe if it's a salesperson, or maybe in a customer care, or in some places, maybe so I'm expecting a call from my client. I will definitely go ahead and answer that call, and I will try to speak to that person. So the phone rings, and you have a habit of answering it. Now, going to the third part, you find out who that caller is. Of course, the name is displayed, or maybe unknown, or maybe by Truecaller you come to know this is the person, and am I expecting a call from that person? And you get that, and you are going to answer that call. And you know, by answering this call, what is the benefit you are going to get from it, right? It might be, if there is a person like a businessman, he is expecting a client's call, and he knows that he is going to do revenue in sales. Maybe if it is a local person, maybe into clothing and all those things, he's getting a call from his client. He knows that in case if he delivers it, or a grocery shop, they are going to benefit from it, right? So they are going to attend the call. Now, the overall thing, what's going to happen is there is a reward, right? And there is a positive feedback, or there is a loop or a chain which is completed, right? Reminder, there is a routine, and there is a reward which is associated with it. And that's how you, the moment the phone ring, you go ahead and answer this call. You may take a screenshot of this. That is the reminder, routine, and the reward, how this goes around, and which will definitely help you. And this will form the basic foundation of what we are going to speak in next couple of slides. Now, how can you use this structure to create a new habit and be into this, and you follow this routine on a daily basis? Normally, it happens that most of the people, they approach me saying that, hey Pradeep, you know what, I want to start reading a book. But the thing is, I will read for 1, 2, 3 days, and after that I will keep the book aside and I'm not able to continue with this habit. So what should I do? How can I go ahead with this? So that here comes your work, what you need to do. The step one is use the current habit as the reminder for the new one, right? Now we'll see what the current habit. Each one of us does have an habit, right? A couple of habits. You need to prepare a list right now, right? And I hope you have a notepad and a pen. So I'm citing an example here which says the first list, you need to write down the things that you do on a daily basis, right? You get into a shower, you put on your shoes. Of course, we brush our teeth every day in the morning. We flush the toilet. These are the few examples. You have your morning tea, or maybe tea or coffee, whatever it is. Maybe if you're doing yogasana, you do yogasana every single day. In case if you meditate like me, even that is good, right? So what is that thing, that 2, 3 things, what you do on a daily basis? Can you please, write it down and try to put it into the chat. Just 3 things, what you do on a daily basis. Okay, thank you. So each one of us do something or the other thing, and we all know how this is important and how we can connect it to the new habit. You need to prepare a second list. Now this list is which happens to you. I mean, where you cannot stop it, right? It happens automatically. Like you drive and to your office or maybe to your client's place, and then in between you stop. The moment you see a red signal, you stop. You cannot try to bypass it, right? You cannot say, no, hey, you know what, today I'm going through this road and there should be no signals at all. It cannot happen. So you stop at the red light. The second is the text messages, what you get on your mobile phones. You cannot stop it, right? It keeps coming to you automatically. You are watching a TV along with your family members, and suddenly you get some commercials, some advertisement that comes automatically, pops up on the TV. You cannot stop it. The next is the song. A song ends, right? You cannot do automatically. The next song might play or may not play. The other is the sunset. The sun is setting. You are able to see it through your physical eyes. Yes, it's coming down, right? So all these things are few things which we cannot do into. We cannot interrupt or do on anything on it. So what you can do here, example, whenever a commercial is played, right? It comes on the TV. Maybe after 20 minutes, you're watching a movie, Hindi movie or any movie, Kannada movie, your regional language, and suddenly there is an advertisement after 20 minutes. So what you need to do that for that 2 or 3 minutes, where it says we'll come back again after 2 minutes or 3 minutes, you need to do some push-ups, right? You can do push-ups or anything. Maybe you can raise your hand, something like that, or try to get up and turn yourself here and there. So you feel energetic, you feel enthusiastic, right? Good about yourself. So can you please make a list of 3 things that happen to you each day? 3 things that happen to you each day. It would be great if you can just put it into the text, into the chat. That would be nice. Just think about it. We all are doing something or the other. We go to office or to our college, respective college, and so in the process, there are so many things out there, right? Yeah, thank you so much. Now with this 2 list, right, for example, if you want to feel happier, so what do you need to do? The easiest way, can anybody say what is the best way to feel happy? The easiest way to feel happy? Any thoughts on this? You can type in. Any thoughts on this? How to feel happy? How to feel great? Right? You have got up in the morning, right? At whatever time, and then you should feel great about yourself. How you can feel great, right? Yeah, you worship to God. Yes, right. Yeah, you jog. Yes, that is the first thing what you do. Yes, that's nice. Meditation. Yes, even myself, the same here. Meditation. Yeah, you will be brisk. Yeah, be considerative. Yes, of course. Thank you very much. Great, great interaction. Thank you. Yes, listening to music, of course. You listen to melodious song. Yes, that's what is being said. They use this music therapy even for cancer patient, and they see a lot of healing happening over there. Yes, that's nice. Thank you so much. So expressing gratitude in Hindi, they'll use a word called shukrguzar, right? So more thankful you are to whatever you have, right? It might be anything. It might be a bicycle, it might be a cycle, or anything. Yeah. Okay, wow. Meeting your wellness coach, which will boost your energy. Of course, I do agree with that. Yes, correct. Good job. Thank you. And yes, we need to express gratitude. Say thank you and thank you and thank you, which is missing in today's scenario, right? We all are so busy in this today's world that we forget to say thank you to our near and dear ones. What a great day it would be if you start with saying thank you. And it's being said, we all are connected to the entire universe in some way or the other, right? And if you say thank you to anybody, even to a small kid, for anything they do, some good things they do to us, what will happen is that that person will start doing more good things to you on an automatic basis, right? That's how it goes. So Newton's third law of motion: for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. So whatever you throw into the universe, maybe it might be your thought itself or any actions you do, good things start coming to you automatically. So that's the law of universe. So here too, you can say one thing that you are grateful for, right? There are 2.5 lakh human beings on this planet who do not get up from their bed the next day. So today morning I have survived. I've got up. So from the bed, that means I need to be thankful to the higher power. Whether you believe it or not, there is a higher power. We call it by different names. Yes, 2.5 lakh people, when they are in their bed, they never get up in the morning. That's the ratio what they show. So we all need to be thankful that we are alive here, right, on this planet, right? Now, when I sit for a dinner, there is an example. I say one thing that I'm grateful for today. You can either say, I'm having food, right? And I'm thankful to God and that I'm having this food here, right? I have seen several places in my hometown, Udupi. Way back, I'm not telling recent years, but way back in the late 90s, when I used to visit my native and I used to study there. Uh, in the temple, even in the temple, before they start the food, they normally pray over there, maybe with their eyes closed, and recite few slokas or these things, so many chantings, and then they have food. There are so many places, many institutions on this planet where before they start anything, they would pray. I was born in Udupi, but brought up in Mumbai, and I was in an area near to the airport, which is called Vakola, and that area, the majority of the people in my area was Christian, all great guys. Evening 8 p.m. we used to ring that bell. They used to ring that bell, that ting 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 ting, right? Which we see here in the temple. And if, of course, we do have in our worship place, they used to ring. That means to say at 8 p.m., all of us would go ahead and accumulate or gather near to this place where we used to pray in front of the cross. I did not know any of the prayers. I was going to a Christian school called the St. Anthony's High School in Bacola, and I used to just stand there and I could see each person over there. They are praying with a lot of dedication, and after that they used to go to have their dinner. In case few people like my friend Alex, who was just saying adjacent to me, Alex Fernandez, I used to sometimes go into their house and I could see them kneel down and pray and then have their dinner. So it's a great ritual and thanking for whatever has gone through your life. So my dear friends, each one of us need to be grateful for whatever we have in our life. Like even gratitude journal, right? You can just start with a gratitude journal, taking a small book or a diary like this. I have a couple of diaries I've completed. You can start writing, what are you thankful for? And even with my students, I do this on a regular basis. The 5 things you are thankful for. It can be anything, and every day it should be something different. So you can start with that, my dear friends. So can you please type, do you want to master your morning, thereby take charge of your life? Yes or no, right? Now, someone might be a morning person like me, and some might be, right, a late night person, right? A late owl, right? So whatever it is, maximum might be maybe morning, whatever it is. But here I'm just asking you a general question. It's being said in Hindi, jab jage tab savera, right? Whenever you wake up, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or even 5 a.m. like me, 5 a.m. club like me, it's the morning. So what would you like to do? Would you like to take charge of your life? The step 2 is make your habits incredibly easy to start. It should be so easy that you need not think about it, what to do next. As said by Leo Babauta, that make it so easy that you can't say no to it, right? No, I cannot do it. Make it so easy. For example, what I do is that I love having lemon juice in the morning. Of course, sometimes tea, coffee also, but maximum time say lemon juice. So what I'll do is that the night before, late night, before I go to bed, maybe at 10 or 11, I'll prepare the lemon juice as per my requirement. I'll fill it in a bottle and keep it aside, maybe in fridge. And morning, the moment I get up in the morning, I have it. The first thing I do is that I have it. So that's how I feel regenerated. But for a few people, it might be just a coffee or having tea, something like that, and you have kept everything ready for it. So it's just you need to just prepare it, everything, just mix it and just have it. How easy it is, right? And initially you should never think about the performance like you're going to achieve 100%, right? None of us in any skills what we each one of us master, we have never reached that peak potential maybe in a day or two. It has taken years and months together to reach wherever we are right now. So performance really doesn't matter. Don't start measuring the things immediately, but as time passes, of course, you need to start measuring it. Always reward yourself. By rewarding, it can be anything. I just want to know, whenever you achieve anything in your life, some awards, rewards, anything, any great achievement, what are the ways which you celebrate? Can you please type it in the chat as to what are the different ways by which you celebrate? Maybe you got a promotion. How are you going to celebrate? Yes. Going to a good restaurant, eating good food outside. Yes. What else? I'm expecting at least 3 or 4 more answers, please. Yeah, you will share with thick and thin, of course. With family, you'll go to the temple first. Yes. Again, a gratitude. Yeah, you're going to a temple and then thank God for the same. Exactly. Buying something good for myself, I totally agree that, yes. And they, yeah, they celebrate, exactly. Now, do you want to know how I celebrate? Right? Ice cream. That is my way of celebration. Yeah, plan your next commitment, of course. You need to keep moving ahead. So what I do is that I get an ice cream for myself and my family. Now it can be any of your favorite ice cream. That's how I do. Of course, I thank the universe, because of that we are here, and whatever we progress and whatever things we get, we are thankful to it, right? Now, for example, if I'm working towards the fitness goal, right? I want to remain fit, maybe have a six pack, something like that, but quite active, irrespective of the age, right? Age really doesn't matter because everything is over here. And according to that, we keep thinking, right? As you think, so shall you become. So it might be a good day or a bad day. So what you need to do on a daily basis, regular basis, is that you need to pat yourself. Any good work you do, any steps you take on a daily basis or maybe weekly basis or monthly basis, keep patting yourself saying, good job, good job, good job, right? What happens if you keep patting yourself? You start getting better and better at it. Because if you're putting in a lot of efforts and you're not getting any results out of it, what will happen at one point of time, maybe after 2 days, 10 days, 15 days, you automatically, your energy levels start getting down. It start depreciating, and you won't feel that thing what you need to do, right? So flossing one, you have flossed your teeth, say hey, victory, you had a great meal, I mean healthy meal, not the maybe oily meal, not those stuff, at home, only home cooked meal. You say it's a success. You have done 5 push-ups, right? Or maybe you are sitting up and getting up, or even raising your hand to do some type of exercise, something like this. Say good job or good work, right? And make sure that the habits you're trying is actually important to you, not just because the other person is doing, you want to do it. Like a few say, that person is reading a lot of books, so I should also start reading. No, don't do that. What is the purpose? What I need to do is, you need to know the reason behind it. If you just keep doing what the other people start doing, that's where we get into a different syndrome, like comparing with others and all those things. So don't get into that. Just see what my goal is, where I need to achieve. If I want to become a great public speaker, I need to keep reading, right? If I want to become a great dancer, I need to keep practicing. It's not that the people will praise me for that. It's because I want to do it, right? It's coming from my heart. That's what I need to keep doing it again and again. That's how I will master the skill. And it's only by practice, practice, and practice. That's what Bob Proctor, right, one of the great law of attraction coach from the Proctor Gallagher Institute, Canada, Ontario, he used to say. He is not there anymore, may his soul rest in peace, but he used to always say that repetition, repetition, and repetition, the more you practice, for which you know that this is going to help me, that's what is going to take you to the next level. So let's get into the 25 steps to break any habit. Now, how do you know that, right? Whatever you're doing is, I mean, is it a addiction or is it a bad habit? How would you come to know about it? So here there are a couple of questions, around 12 questions. Let me, yeah, minimize this. Yeah. So how would you know whether it is a bad habit? So there are a couple of questions, and you need not type it over here, but I want you to answer yourself, maybe in your mind, or you can just write it in your notepad. You need not share it. Sorry. Do you experience withdrawal symptoms when you stop doing that behavior, that particular behavior? Example, lack of focus. You get angry, frustrated. insomnia, maybe just because of that thing, you stop doing that particular thing, whatever the action is. You are not able to even sleep, you have sleepless nights. The second question is, stop doing the activities you once found enjoyable to engage in this habit instead. Third, go on binges whenever you do the habit. Binges means if you eat, you keep eating, eating, eating. If you drink, you keep drinking, 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 right? That a habit. You keep a stash or a supply of the product for emergencies. For example, we have seen a couple of these things. Example, a person hiding bottle of alcohol somewhere inside, right, in a bag or somewhere inside some other place, so that the person at home, maybe kids or wife, they won't be able to see that, right, doing that thing. You're obsessed about the activity to the point where it interferes with your daily routine. Do you have financial difficulties because you spend all the money on that one activity? When I was working for Dell, I could see there were a couple of great youngsters, highly nice, talented guys. And as you know, our corporates, most corporate, they pay you by 30th or 31st. And a couple of my friends, they have the habit, I mean, going to a nice restaurant, just enjoying eating, drinking, and just being in their world, right? They are not worried about anything else. So later, maybe after a week, they have finished their quota of money, and then they, for the next 3 weeks, they are silently waiting, right, to get the next paycheck. Having trouble limiting the activity, for instance, one pint, like if you think that, okay, I need to have one little bit of drink, but slowly that drink, it turns into binge drinking slowly as time passes. And finally, what will happen is that if you drink too much, anything to the more extent is what you feel, what, blacked out. Finally, that would come completely blackout. You will not be able to even move. Maybe someone else might have to drop you to your home, right? If you have health issues, directly related to this activity, any health issues, engage in risky behaviors to deal with maybe whenever doing this activity, and you do the activity as a way to deal with stress and emotional problems, something or the other, you do it, and you think that by doing that you will be able to come out of the stress or emotional things. You deny or hide the behavior from others, right? You tend to hide this behavior from others if you're doing it. Damage your interpersonal relationship because of this one activity. So do you do any of this? You need to check whether it is any of the habit is which you have in yourself. So here are the few ways what you can do in order to come out of this. The first and foremost is your family and friends. See, they are in and around us. It is the Almighty's good wishes that we have our family and friends who are always there to help us, right? So we can ask their opinion, we can discuss with them. Maybe if you have weight issues, right, and you are not feeling secure to speak to other counselors or something like that, you can join some group, right? There are several groups in today's scenario. You can go to social media and you can find such groups. Maybe if you are into taking drugs or too much of alcohol or something, there are some anonymous groups where they won't let your name be known to this thing. It's a separate group wherein you will not be able to, they will not disclose your identity or anything like that. The final thing would be going to a psychiatrist, but that is the last option, right? Because psychiatrists normally, they prescribe some high dose medicines which directly or indirectly will affect your body, and especially the nervous system, right? The nervous system. And we would always prefer that you go ahead first with your family and friends, or try to find out a group where you can go and meet those people, right, in and around like-minded people, and focus on one habit at a time. Yeah. Now you might be having several things, like you want to start reading a book, you want to do work on your fitness, right? You want to be fit and looking great. So don't try to focus on two things at a time. Just try to be focused on one important thing which is going to affect all the other things. Like first and foremost, maybe your physical health. That is super important. But once you are on shape, you jog every day in the morning, you get up early in the morning, maybe 5 a.m., 4 a.m., even 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. Really doesn't matter. So whichever you are comfortable as per your routine. Maybe few of you might be sleeping late. That's the reason you are getting up in the morning. But in case if you have that routine, that the first thing is physical fitness, right? There are so many great personalities on this planet. They say, I wish if I could have kept my health in a great condition, right? When they were working day in and day out, right? The greatest of the great, like even Steve Jobs and a couple of other great personalities, they wish they could do that, but they were working, and finally they got into a state that it's not curable, right? Few diseases. So please take care of this physical health. In one of the journal way back, I read somewhere that this body, what is the value of this body? Can all of you type in the chat? What is the value? What do you think is the value of this physical body? How many crores? 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore. How many crores? Yeah, please go ahead and type. Let's have 2, 3 answers at least. Priceless. Wow, that's nice. I loved it. Precious. Wow. Thank you. Thank you very much, Bhagya. Unlimited, infinite. You cannot value it at any cost, right? Mhm. Absolutely. Maybe if I don't have a great heart, if I can request you, hey, you know what? Can you please, Alex? I'm just citing an example. Can you give your heart to me? I'm ready to give you 1 crore or 2 crore. Will that person give you? No, they will say no, absolutely no, right? I'm blind. Can you give both of your eyes to me? I'm ready to give you 1 crore. Will you give it? Absolutely no. You would say no, it's mine. Maybe after I die, I can write a will saying that this need to be given to this person, but not when I am alive. So always remember that this physical body which you have got, in that article which I read, it says is worth 220 crores. 220 crores. I really don't know what calculation they did, but it was there in that journal, and it was really nice, right? An article, right? So just imagine how important is this physical body. Please take care of it, right? To the maximum extent. Yeah. So here we come. Do you have at least one habit which you are finding difficult to change? Just yes or no. Don't write that habit. Just mention yes or no. Great. Thank you. Thank you for being so honest. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Even myself, I would have written yes, yes, and a big yes, right? So we all have some habit or the other. And the best person to let you know what bad habit you have is the people whom you work with, or maybe your family members. They will let you know, being honest on your face, that this is that one habit, Pradeep, you need to work on, so that once you work on this habit, you are going to change. Your life is going to go, to a next level. Correct? We all get that advice. Now, this is a simple calendar which you need to maintain, right? So whatever get measured, it can be changed, it can be worked on. So here is a 30-day challenge. So what you need to do is that you need to have a 30-day challenge and see that you keep it, being honest, right? And you can have it on a calendar, or maybe even on your mobile phones. In today we have several note taking and all those things. You can have it, you can edit it from time to time, and see that you Keep doing this for a period of 30 days minimum. It's being said, as many people say, that if you want to develop a habit, do it for 21 days and automatic a neuro pathway is formed, which I don't believe. It might take at least 90 days or 253 days approximately, which I've read somewhere, saying that if you continue with that habit for that particular time, of course, automatic, you will go on an automatic mode, right? It completely depends upon you, how honestly you take it or how seriously you take it to do it. So please try this with a 30-day challenge. And slowly you can move this 30-day challenge, right? Once you start doing it, whether it will work or whether it will not work, that is the question. So minimum, please try any habit like waking up in the morning, right? Say 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, whatever it is. So is that habit good? Just waking up is a habit, right? And maybe going for a walk, it would be a second habit, right? So is this habit, whatever the habit is, whatever I'm deciding, is it working? Is it worth or not? You need to take a decision on that. So you need to take action, my dear friends, right? And there are 4 aspects to it. So the first is the reason why, because until and unless you know the why behind it, whatever you do, right, to the just because some other person is doing and you start doing it, it's not going to be helpful at all. You need to feel within your own self that doing this particular one habit can change my entire life. It will take me to the next level. It will get me a broader picture. It will take me, to the next leadership level, whatever it is. So I need to take action. And why? That why should be clear, right? It should be perfectly clear. Like Simon Sinek, the leadership coach, right? He keeps telling please ask the question why. Start with why, and jot down the answers. Even when we do mindset coach one-to-one, coaching with anybody, we ask them. We'll tell them to ask themselves why 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And when that person reaches the 7th time, that the 7th answer what that person gives will be the best and the greatest answer, and that person will be telling the truth. When we ask why, maybe initially that person, that will be on a superficial level. Again, why? More deeper, deeper, deeper. In the same way, please ask yourself a couple of questions, and especially with why. Sorry. Second is the obstacles. What are the different obstacles which come, right? We want to get up in the morning, right? It happens, and I hope it must have happened to all of you. I've set the alarm to 5 a.m. or maybe 5:30 a.m. or 4:30 a.m. And by mistake, before going to bed, I have not turned it on, right, due to some reason. And next day when I get up, it's almost 6 a.m. So what I need to do, I need to do a rush with all the things I need to do, right? And I'm unable to prepare the smoothie, the drink, or whatever it is, like lemon drink or anything like that. I'm unable to meditate. Maybe instead of meditating for 20 minutes, which I do on a regular basis, I need to shorten it to maybe only 5 minutes, just for formality's sake. I want to go for a walk, which normally takes the 2 rounds of that lake where I go. Each round takes 15 minutes, 15 to 17 minutes. So normally I do 2 rounds, so 30 or 34 minutes. I need to shorten that to only 1 round, that 15 minutes. So somewhere or the other, I need to cut short. I've seen people who get frustrated the moment they get up late, because everything is connected, because the time when you step out of your house is fixed, right? Because you need to reach the office at the right time. You cannot have any control over that. The only control is your time. So the first hour of your life, your day, should be the golden hour. Like Robin Sharma, one of the greatest coach, a leadership coach, and he's my mentor too. I mean, the virtual mentor. I've taken several of his courses in his app, right? And he talks about this 5 a.m. club. He has a great book called the 5 a.m. club. The first hour of each one's life, each one of us, should be the golden hour. Do not barter it for anything on this planet, right? Maybe even if a person says, I'm going to give you a lakh of rupees, don't give this 1 lakh, this 1 hour, the first 1 hour to anybody. That is your hour. That is the hour to program yourself, to get yourself to the next level. Because once that 1 hour is passed, any other time later, we get busy with all the various things. The moment you get up in the morning, my dear friends, for 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes, we are still in that, before coming to the beta state, like we are in a beta state right now, communicating, we are in the alpha state the moment we get up in the morning. So right, we come from the subconscious to the conscious state. So that 7-8 minutes, what we have in the morning, is the best time to program yourself. And I would say just stay in your bed for 3, 4, 5 minutes. The moment you get up, maybe in Vajrasan, or you can sit or something like that, which you can practice. I practice Vajrasan the moment I get up. And never rush out from your bed. Oh my God, I'm late. Don't be in that panic mode. Got it? And just be cool and calm and be thankful, be grateful. And whatever your goals are, have the goals right in front of you. I have my goals in front of me over here, and I also carry a goal card always with me, right? It's in my pocket. I might not have money in my pocket, maybe not even 1 rupee sometimes, but the thing is, I do have my goal card. Of course, whenever I'm in my professional dress, I do have a goal card always with me, which keeps reminding me and triggering, saying that yes, I need to this much of earning per month and this much level in another 6 or 6.5 years, right? So see what is trying to put you down. So where are you? Who are you with? And what are you doing? All these things matters. The action plan, again, you can write down, right? You can write down an overview of the habit along with the step-by-step action which you're going to take, right? And there might be various other things which might be disturbing in between to you, and that will hinder your completion of the new routine. So you need to do an action plan. And then coming to the results, there are various tools, right, on the internet, like stick, STIKK, right, .com or so. And there is one here, lift.do, that is way back, but now I don't see that. So you can have a habit tracker, but best I would recommend you is that getting a watch like this, by which you are able to know your stress level, your oxygen level, your sleep patterns, right? And the steps what you take, right? Every day I walk, say 5,000 steps. I give myself a pat on the back saying, wow, great, great thing you have accomplished. So in the same way, it depends upon, you can use a tool, or even for the sake, some, notepad or a pen, even you can use that too, no issues. So here you need to have yes or no, that did you do that activity today or not? Yes or no. The quality, how was the quality, right? The time, how much time did you complete that in? Did you complete that in that required time, or you took longer time? The number, the quota, the number of rounds. Say if I'm taking in that lake, I'm taking 2 rounds or 3 rounds. So did I take that? And how long did you spend on this habit every single day? You need to have that thing. So that will show the results. Now the verdict here is, after practicing for 30 days, you can either keep it, saying, yes, this works for me. This is really nice. I get up an hour early every single day and this works. I'm able to do many things. The second thing, you throw it off, right? You ditch it, you throw it off. It's not required. It's not working for me. And another thing, the third way is you tweak it somewhere here or there. Maybe 5 a.m. is not working. It's too early. Instead of getting up 6 a.m., let me get up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning. So that seems to be a better one. Neither this nor this. Let me get to 5:30 a.m. So that's really nice. Okay, so you do a verdict. You right? You can change the routine. You can try this again. Now, my dear friends, you need to have a start date. You have done all the planning and everything. If you don't have a start date, right? Like we always plan our vacations way ahead. Like summer vacations, we try to plan maybe 2 months or 3 months early, booking our reservation and all those things. In the same way, you need to start with a countdown. You need to have, right, a date for that to start. So start as soon as possible. Okay, and if it won't be a full month, but the important thing is that you are taking immediate action. Now today we are in on 3rd of November. It's a good time to start. Maybe you can plan for tomorrow morning itself what you need to start doing, that two things, that three things, or the one most important thing you need to start. You need to have a date, right? That's the reason corporate people, normally most of the corporate people who work, they have a deadline to meet, right? Maybe even for filing our ITR, there is a particular deadline, or filing our taxes, the year ending, etc. Everything has a date. If you don't have that date, right, you will start stretching yourself. It's being said that if you have that time, the time limit, your mind will accordingly start expand. If you say that you can do that task in maybe 10 days, that is great. But if you try to stretch it to 30 days, that same work, your mind, just like an elastic or a rubber band, it will go ahead and start stretching. But if you keep a deadline, you will definitely try to you will definitely achieve it, right? It will automatically happen, right? There will be work pressure, of course, but you will be able to do it. Identify the target. That you want to be healthier. I want to eat healthier. Now instead you need to identify what foods you need to eat. I want to get healthier, I want to be healthier. What food I need to eat, and what food I need to stop eating in case if I'm consuming a lot of caffeine, especially 3 hours before dinner. That's not good, right? And early morning, few people have a habit of having caffeine 3, 4, 5, 6 times. No, I should not. I should try to avoid that, right? So what is that thing which I need to intake and what I need to stop? We need to work on it. Now here is a better goal. From November 4th, 2023, I will no longer eat fast food from places like McDonald's or Burger King. Now this is just an example, as I mentioned to you in the disclaimer. Instead, I will eat home cooked food, right? Meals that combines with vegetables, proteins, and unrefined carbohydrates, lean proteins. You can have a target on that. So if you have an habit, especially in a place called like Bangalore, Mumbai, we do see people very often going to outside places, maybe not for dinner, which might cost you, maybe for a family, it might cost you 2,000, 2,500, a family of 3 or 4. You might go for the local, like having pani puri and various other things too, right? Maybe every week you might be going there. So instead of that, just stop that and try to prepare at home and have that well prepared meal from your mom or your wife or your sister. Yeah. Avoid cold turkey, right? The immediate effect. So it's easier to chunk down or cut the habits into small action. So whenever you have a bigger goal, right? I want to achieve, say, 1 crore in another 5 years. So what I can break it into is the 1 year, say 20 lakhs. Further, if I break it into maybe months, it might be say 1 lakh or 1.5 or 3 lakhs per month. So in that way, I can plan how I can go about it in achieving it. As an example, it's impossible to overhaul your entire diet in a single month. So what you could do instead is focus on small aspects, small chunks, right? And work on your diet plan for 30 days. Set a basic metric. So what is this basic metric is that you aim to wean yourself with the habit of setting targets, right? So in this, you can work on, say, daily yes or no for eating fast food. Did I have fast food today? Yes or no? Maybe a check mark or yes or no, something like that. The number of cigarettes, right? Doctor has said that, hey, you know what? Take care, otherwise you're going on a ride, a long ride, right? With your lungs. So check on your cigarettes. So how many cigarettes did I have? Doctor said no, but still I had this much. The number of times each day you bite your nails. We have a habit. If you have a habit of biting the nails automatically, right? Any stress, any tension, right? Something like that. We start biting our nails. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God, results are going declared. Maybe I'll be selected for this program or not, or something like that. You get frustrated. How much do you currently weigh? Right? Again, that's a psychology saying, oh, I'm fat when compared with others. So how much weight do I have? So daily checking the weights, the number of calories you consume, and number of drinks you have or going out, something like that. The amount of time spent on Facebook and surfing. Normally we just go and see our Instagram just to see how many likes we got, and slowly when we keep sliding, what happens? There comes a time, right? We see, oh my god, it's already 7 right now. I started at 6 and now it's 7. Oh, I was supposed to go only for 5 minutes, right? It's happening with each one of us, and including myself. So what we need to do is that we need to have a check, right? Just 5 minutes, yes, of course, that's great. The amount of time spent in watching television, right? Some serials, some programs, different programs, what we have, series. We keep watching, and go one after the other to the next, and waste our time over there. Now you need to have incremental goals. For example, here what we have taken, there is a person who smokes 20 cigarettes a day. Now, if we tell this person, hey, you know what, stop, completely stop taking cigarettes, or do not consume, cigarettes, do not smoke cigarettes, and get it to 0 in one day, is it possible practically? No, it's not possible. So you need to start with, say, 20, and then go with maybe 15, and then 12, or 5 and 3 and 1, depending upon the weeks. You can start getting to it slowly and slowly and slowly, right? So it will take time, maybe even 13 weeks or 15 weeks. It might take even a year's time. So try to do it on a gradual level. Just like if I'm weighing, say, 80 kg right now, or 90 kg, if I want to get down my weight to 80 kg or 85 kg, 5 kgs. So give a time period. Instead of doing it in, say, 15 days, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all the things possible, right? And stop eating food. I'm going to do fasting and various other things. No, that's going to affect my health, my physical health, and also my mental health, right? Because everything is interconnected, and that automatically you'll get a stress too. Oh my god, I need to get my weight down by this time, otherwise it's a challenge. No, don't put yourself in a stress. Otherwise the adrenaline will start getting into your bloodstream, and you will be further more stressed, right? So do it in a very happier way, right? Just like the dopamine starts getting into your bloodstream, and you start feeling better. So do it in an incremental way, slowly and slowly, so that at one point of time you will start getting better yourself, right? And you are the best judge. I would say even a coach like me, sometimes we give them the suggestion, but sometimes it doesn't work. So what he or she needs to do is that they need to work on themselves, and then come up. I just tell them, work on yourself. If it works, it's fine. Or in next session, what we'll do, we'll work on it, and we'll work according to your requirement, right? We'll play on that. Now, understanding your habit loop. Now, once you have scheduled your date, you have your date when you need to start, right? Now you need to take importance to that 3 R's which we started. The cue, that is the reminder, right? The situation, the reward, and then the routine, right? Now record the habit triggers. You need to record, because it doesn't happen just gradually. It happens either due to some external condition, some challenges, or maybe you are in a place somewhere, due to that habit trigger happens. Or maybe you are surrounded with certain people, right? Whoever it is, it might be your friends or family members or someone. Due to that habit automatically comes to you. It won't come automatically. It comes where either you start thinking of that particular thing, right? You might say, nobody's there with me, I'm at home, but still that thought comes. The thing is, you are visualizing, you are thinking deeply about that particular situation. That's the reason automatically it triggers, and you start feeling uncomfortable, or however it is, you want to do that habit which you're not supposed to do. So to make a permanent change, you need to fully understand why and these triggers happen. Here the example is, you need to record where the location is, the time, what time exactly did this happen. Third is your mood. What is your emotional state? Were you are in a high state, happy state, or you are in a depressed state? Yeah, you need to record all those things. The people you are surrounded with, and also the action. What did you just do, and what are you currently doing? So my dear friends, I've just taken a screenshot from Google. So in a day, sorry, you have your thought pattern is 60 to 80,000 thoughts. I had taken this way back in 2020. At that time, it said around 60,000 thoughts a day. A normal human being has 60,000 thoughts a day. But now it says 60 to 80,000 thoughts. You can just go to the successconsciousness.com and you can get further details. So just imagine the train of thought that is flowing in our mind here and there, and what it would be. Now it for 60 to 80,000 for a normal person with lot of information flowing here and there, right? But a person who is not in his mental consciousness, like whom we call they are in a mental hospital or something, their train of thoughts is 100, which I read is in one of the article, is 140,000. That is 1.4 lakh thoughts a day. Just imagine a person, right, having double the amount of thoughts from a normal person. What would be the mental state of that person? For which I normally insist people that please take care of your mental health. After maybe 9 p.m. or so, try to turn off your gadget, right? If it is important, just inform the person on the other end, hey, tomorrow I'll be reaching the place, this, that. Discuss all the things whom you need to discuss and any interaction, and turn off your phone, right? Or try to keep it in a silent mode after 9 p.m. And maybe you can start your phone early morning, maybe by 7 or 8, whatever it is. So try to avoid that distraction. I have been trained by one of the the national trainers is called Siddhartha Rajshekhar. He's one of a very great digital coach. He runs a great total community. It's really nice, and he insisted that when he started doing business, I mean, he had a lot of distractions. So what he went and did is that from his phone, he took all the applications, especially the social media applications, and he removed it from his phone. Whenever he wanted to check something or wanted to upload something, he used to open his laptop, turn on his laptop, and from there he used to create some design in Canva or whatever it is, and then upload it through the laptop. So only his thought and his triggering would be only when only in case when he opens the laptop. But what happens to all of us is that we carry this small gadget with us, and it tries to divert our attention again and again. So if possible, that would be really great if you can remove all the apps from this. I did remove it for 3 months, but since we work for corporates and all those things, a lot of messages over Teams, I had to reinstall it. But yes, I keep it in a silent mode so that that notification, whenever it comes, it doesn't disturb you, right? Another from peak-dynamics.net, that is 45,000 negative thoughts flowing through our mind, right? And 90% of that is the same what we had yesterday. Now, example over here, there are a few persons, okay, couple of friends, Ranjit, Bhavesh, and Deepak. These 3 friends, the location point means after their work, they meet at this place called the Grand Bar and Restaurant. Time is 5 p.m. in the evening. And what they're doing, the action what they're doing here is that they are watching an IPL match, right? So here, they want to feel relaxed and they want to reduce their stress, all their tension they want to reduce. That's the reason they are watching this IPL match. But the location is what? It's a bar and restaurant, right? In today's scenario, various other restaurants, they do have all these huge TVs displayed wherein you can sit and comfortably watch your program. Try different rewards. Right? The interesting thing about bad habits is that they come with a desire in your subconscious, right? Your subconscious triggers, moment you fulfill that particular thing, whatever the habit is, you start automatically to start feeling good. Just like a person says that, hey, you know what, you don't drink, Pradeep, right? So just try to take one little drink, whatever they call 60, 90, whatever they call, right? Just take that and you will feel relaxed, right? That is for that person. But for me, reading books, right? Watching some great videos from the top mindset coaches in the world, or some leadership coaches, attending my Toastmasters program, going there, being networking with all the person, that is a boost to me, right? So each person has their own way of getting their dopamine, so you need to see what it is. And if that habit is something negative which is pulling you down day by day, day by day, so try to develop an habit which will try to take you to the next level. So you need to identify, right, what to do. Just like a small kid, it's playing with a knife, right? It doesn't know, it keeps doing this and this, right? But once it gets hurt maybe somewhere, and little blood flows, and that is the time it will trigger the kid that it should not play with it. Initially, when a kid sees a candle, you take a candle in front of a kid, small kid, right? It will play, it will try to catch it and do all the stuffs. But once it gets that fingers into the flame, what will happen? It will burn, and automatically there will be a trigger. So next time whenever the flame comes, the kid will say, no, 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 I don't want this, right? So you need to check how you can trick your subconscious to get the same reward, right? Getting into a different habit. Now the example here is going for a walk early morning. You go for a walk instead of doing going for that maybe bar and restaurant, which example we are taking. You can go for a early morning walk, a 10 minutes walk in the neighborhood or in your blocks. You can avoid going to that bar and restaurant. You can have a different activity like a friends and all those things you can do. Maybe you can go and meet with couple of friends. That's why friends and family member, they are your greatest assets, my dear friends. Making new connections, right? Whenever you go to this, especially to this Toastmasters club, since I'm a member of this Toastmasters club, you get people from different fraternity. I mean, from different things. Few are digital marketers, few are project management consultants, a few are into students who are into studying engineering and all those things. A few are coaches, trainers like me. They come in from different various backgrounds. So you have a mixture of people over there, and slowly when you start thinking from their point of view, your horizon expands. Like you have that eagle view. Initially you were here inside the well, like a small frog inside the well, thinking that this is the world for me. But it's only when you step outside and start connecting with people, networking with people, that's how you start growing, right? Your horizon, it starts growing. You start getting more and more, right? You can also do meditation for half an hour. What I do is, in my public speaking, when I teach kids public speaking also, and I make them read books, I mean physical books. In today's scenario, you tell students to read physical books, I mean personality development books or some story books, maybe from the great writers like a couple of them, whomever they like. They feel little, allergic to that, right? Like Sudha Murthy, right? The bags, gunny bags full of stories and something like that. The stories of the grandma and various other things. They say, sir, we don't like this. They say upfront, sir, we don't like reading books. But I make them read books for 10-15 minutes. It is a session where you need to compulsory start reading books. But they don't like it. But slowly, a couple of them, maybe out of 10, 2 or 3, they love the habit of reading books. So I keep telling the parents also, if you want to gift your child, don't go and gift that pizza or something like that. Get them a book from Amazon, that 200-300 rupees, nice story books, and get them into the habit of reading, right? Physical books. So when you read physical books, you sense it. I mean, you try moving it through your hands, right? The physical 5 senses are connected, and automatically it connects to your brain, and you start feeling better and better every single moment. When you turn that pages, that smell, the aroma of that book, what you get normally, right? You start feeling better about it, rather than the we have iPads and we have subscribed to the Kindle, where you can get 10 books at a time. But these physical books are far more better than those books, right? So you can start doing different things, whatever you like, right? Even meditating. Next, see what works for you. something might work for you and something might not work for you. Now, if something doesn't work for you, what you need to do is you need to move out of it, right? You need to get into your thing which will work. Now, you also know that Deepak, one of the buddies who used to go to that restaurant, right, grand restaurant, he loves hiking, that is going for long walks. So try to get into with such friends who love going for long walks, right? Or getting into some networking things, right? You can start doing that. Create a if then plan. If then plan means if this doesn't work, have a backup, right? Just like armies and militaries, they normally have a backup plan. Plan A, plan B, and plan C. If plan A doesn't work, they will go to B. B doesn't work, they will go to C. That's how you need to have. If this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this. But that will come only by practice. If you start practicing, start doing that habit, right? Within couple of days, within means I mean to say at least 30 days you need to take. At that time, you can decide whether to take it or just throw it off or just try to tweak it, right? So now all of this is possible, right? What you can do here is several things. One is that Deepak, who is one of the characters in this, is that he would go with an hiking with his friends. If there is a football match going on, right, on a football Sunday, he can attend the meetup in right online. You have meetup.com, wherein whatever your maybe hobbies are, just like you love going trekking, you love going some tourist places and all those things, just go to meetup.com and just type in your hobbies, and you'll be getting several group or community of people who have that particular habit or they are into all those things. So go there and connect with them and meet them. You can do that at 5 a.m. Maybe 5 in the evening every day. You can go for a walk. You work from 7 a.m. to maybe 4 p.m. You come back home. After that, for 30 minutes or 45 minutes, go for a walk, right? In the garden or maybe somewhere. It will be really nice. Use the habit reminders to stay, right? To stay on top. So what you can do is that the best thing is that you can have a journal, a small book like this, right? Which will hardly cost you 50-60 rupees. You can just take a book like this and start jotting down day wise, right? You can do this thing, this thing, this thing. You can make a tick mark or something like that. So whatever get measured can be, it can be done for your improvement, because if you cannot measure something, you will not be able to improve. So start working on it. That will be really helpful. Build a support system, right? You need to build a support system. So what are these support system? The first and foremost, which is that you can have a routine. You can make a routine, and then you can have accountability partners, right? Two people going towards the same direction. What you can do is that normally people do, instead of taking their car during peak hours, they will connect with each other. They will do a carpooling, right? They will save their energy, they will save time, they will save money. Of course, time will be the same time taken, but they will be less stressed out, right? So depending upon the nature, here are a few things which you can include in an accountability journal, right? You can get a small book like this and start jotting down a couple of things. There is a great personality called Jim Rohn. He is the author, coach for Anthony Robbins, which is who is the #1 personality development coach in the entire universe, right? He's from US. So when he comes on stage, he is impactful. He can speak from morning 8 a.m. to midnight 12. And Jim Rohn was his mentor. So what he used to say, he says that I have so much of collection, couple of diaries every year wise, month wise in my library. He's no more, may his soul rest in peace. He has it, and he says even my grandkids can go and refer on that particular day, maybe when I was on a flight and it was landing maybe in Paris or somewhere like this. I used to jot down how I used to feel, what I used to think. So everything he used to jot down. So you can develop this habit, that having a journal, right? And nowadays, even on phone, you have that notes or something like that. You can open that, you can work on that too. But having a physical book like this, it will help you a lot. It will help you in connection, and you can keep it in maybe on your desk. You can keep two. What I've done, I've kept one in my residence, and the second one I have kept in my office table, right? So both the places I have, maybe in case if I miss here, I will have it over there. The main purpose is just to keep records. So the number of times you do that particular bad habit, whatever the bad habit is, the amount of time you spent in that activity, doing that activity, right? Maybe watching TV, right? You keep watching instead of say 10 minutes or 30 minutes, which I normally request the parents that give them each kid a 30-minute slot wherein they can watch their serials. I mean, their program, whatever it might be cartoon or anything like that. If you don't give them, say, study, at one point of time when you are not there, you are not in their focus, you are gone out, they will start watching the TV maybe for hours and hours together. So every single day, all parents over here, I request you, a humble request that please give them the time for which they love doing, right? They love playing cricket, they love playing volleyball, they love playing friends with their friends, they love playing some games, right, with their friends, maybe football. Give them the time, give them that time slot that hey, you can play for 1 hour or 45 minutes or 1 hour 30 minutes. Give them on a daily basis so that they know that they have that space, and they will not get into the planning what you try to do, which we as a parent we say you need to study for these many hours if you want to excel in this or this exam, right? So everything starts with that. Taking in calories about the food, you can have a cut on that. Your current weight, so keep having measure every single day or every third day. Weigh how much you weigh on a weigh scale. Have a weigh scale at home, right? You can, that's a good purchase you can make. Try to know about your feelings and impulses and the emotion, what mental state you're going through, and start recording it as much as possible, and the various challenges you are currently experiencing. Sometimes we experience something new things, right? Every day there is something new thing, something new is hidden. So make a note of it. And this was the thing which I have the challenge. I hope you all know about Bruce Lee, right? So who was Bruce Lee? Is one of the greatest martial arts of his time, right, in karate. What he used to use is, maybe he has a lot of tension, something going on, chattering going on in his mind. He used to take that chattering, and he used to take a plain sheet of paper like this. He used to jot down all those 5 point 10 points. He used to take that paper, that plain sheet of paper like this, right? He used to take the lighter and burn it like this, and he used to put it into the toilet, flush it. And he used to say, out of sight is out of mind. So that is one of the good thing which you can practically do. So instead of burning, okay, please do not try to do burning maybe in your office or somewhere. If there is a fire, this thing, that's automatically it will alert everybody. Don't do that. But what you can do is that you can turn it into bits of paper. Once you have written it down, turn it into bits of paper and put it into the trash can, dustbin, right? So it is out of sight, right? So try practicing these things, and definitely it will help you a lot. Now, this is the greatest thing what you need to do. You need to do a public declaration, my dear friends, right? From tomorrow, I'm going to start this one habit. And there are various means by which you can tell, maybe another 4 5 in the next slides. So you can make a public declaration that from tomorrow, I'm going to be fit, right? I'm going to look better. So I'm going to start running. I'm going to start getting up early in the morning at 5 a.m. and I'll be putting on my gears like shoes and jackets and everything, and I'll start running. You can make a public declaration. You can take your selfie, right? How you are right now, chubby, and then you can post it on your social media handle in Instagram, in Facebook, or even tweet it, or even in LinkedIn. Let people see, even from your corporate profile, that hey, what you're doing, right? Declare it to the world. So that's how you can initiate, because there is one effect. When people start seeing you, automatically you start to perform better, you start to be focused. Now the Hawthorne effect, right, which is effect when you are being watched. Like when a kid is being watched, it has done something and a kid is being watched, what it does is tries to be alert, right? Somebody is watching me. There is CCTV camera, in your office or maybe in your classroom or somewhere like that, you try to be more alert, active, right? There is a person, maybe boss is not there in the office, and he can remotely, in today's scenario, he can remotely see what all his employees are doing, right? Are they working properly? Are they chatting or just gossiping behind, something like that? When they have that consciousness, they see that they don't do any such mischief, right? So when people are being observed, they want to look that they are performing good and they perform really well, right? And that's the Hawthorne effect, and that is really important, my dear friends. So how you can do this? There are 5 ways by which you can do this, which will really be helpful. First and foremost, tell your family members and friends. Just go ahead and tell your family members and friends that, hey, you know what? I'm going to start this at this moment, right? Second thing, you can post it on the social media like Twitter and various other things. Then you can join the habit related online groups, especially which I already mentioned, like alcoholic group, and which they keep your name and everything as anonymous. Find an accountability partner, right? Maybe the other person is having some other habit and you are having this particular habit, right, which you want to have and you want to develop. So both of you can, be accountable to each other, right? You can even keep say money, right? If you the other person is not doing or showing up on time or something like that, you can charge money to each other. You can keep writing something like that. So use habit building apps. There are various habit building apps. You can search online or in Google Play Store. You can go ahead and do that. Start a blog and a podcast, my dear friend. This podcast is one of the best things which I feel I try to vent out in the sense, not by negative means, in a very positive way. And that's how I have this mic, like a podcast mic, and my own podcasting things. And I have done more than, 50 uh, 45 to 50 shows on my podcast, and also on some other platform like Authors Alley, and also on the Toastmasters. That is a good way to come out and get to the best. I'm sorry. Let me give you an example. There was this one lady who called during the COVID time to me, and she says, "Sir, I feel something is not good in my life. I want to do many things, but at the end of the day, I feel completely depressed and all those things. I have a great husband, and he's in a corporate level, and he's in the vice president. He's in a top management level. He's earning well, and he has position, status, a great car, a good house, individual. The individual house, like a bungalow type, and they are good. And his parents are staying there, so she's staying with her in-laws. They have 2 kids, both going to school, a very well-known school. And she says, I feel great about myself. So when we had a coaching session with her, long story short, it came to the limelight that when she was in college, they had difficult earning money. Their dad did not have a proper stable job, always up and down, up and down, up and down, like in financial terms. They had a lot of challenges. So this girl used to do part-time, doing her degree. She was doing her college, and plus going to work during the evening times, right? And she used to work for 3 hours, 4 hours. So whatever she used to earn, 1,500, 2,000, whatever she used to earn, that is how their life used to run, right? But this girl had an habit of always, she loved dancing. Like I think she said Bharatnatyam. She loved dancing, but the thing is, they couldn't afford. She couldn't afford to get into dancing. Her parents couldn't afford to get her into dancing, or some having a coach or trainer who could train her for that. And she always had that urge that I need to become a dancer. But it never got fulfilled until and unless she got married. But even after marrying, she thought, okay, now I'm going to join some classes and do it. But unfortunately, she had to start her family, kids, and take care of her in-laws and all those things. finally we came to a conclusion that she has a time slot that is between 11 to 12 a.m. in the morning, where kids are not there, they have gone to school. She has taken care of our in-laws, like of husband's mom and dad, giving them the medicine and everything. Now they need to have their lunch at 1 p.m. So this time, that 11 to 12, she thought of joining, which I advised her, and she herself said, I have this time and I can start going to that Bharatanatyam classes in the nearby place, 4 to 5 kilometers she can drive. And the moment she started doing it, right, within 6 weeks, or I mean to say 2 months, her facial expression was completely different, right? Face is the index of mind, right? Any person's face, or you can say the eyes are the windows of the soul. In the same way, her expression, her even though it was an online, I could feel that that vibrations, that aura which she was emanating from herself, and it was really positive. It looked as if she has everything. 8 weeks before, she was in a dull state, something like this, shoulders down, and not much, I'm not doing great. But after 8 weeks, she was in a very powerful state, in a good posture, even looking and smiling and energetic. So, in the same way, my dear friends, we have many things in our life which we want to do, we wanted to achieve, maybe during our school days, college days, something like that, and you are not able to achieve it. So you need to think deeply on that, as to what is that really thing you want. Maybe what you're trying to do now is on a superficial level. So go deep and try asking this question, why 7 times, 8 times, and you are definitely going to get that answer, right? You can also start with a podcast. I would in my level 2 course of the public speaking, which I teach my kids, students, we get them with a YouTube channel and a podcast, and they have a project where they need to interview someone or the other, right? Maybe their family members or an outsider. 5 people they need to have a podcast with, right? Interview them with, right? So that's one of the technique what we teach them in anchoring, which is important. In the same way, you can start your own podcast. That is one of the thing which it's only my advice, but it's totally up to you, because few people want to be in the limelight, like being in camera, but this podcast is just your voice, right? Even your voice motivates many people, my dear friends. Remember that. We receive a phone call from someone far away. We are not able to see that person, but their voice says, hey, my God, there is so much of energy in this person's voice, or maybe a loving, sweet voice, right? That gets you to the next state, and you are able to identify with their voice as to what state of that person is at this moment. That person will come to know immediately. We will come to know immediately whether that person is in a happy mode or in a sad mode, right? I hope you all agree to that. Let's go ahead next. Finding an accountability partner. Yes, of course, you need to find and try to meet such persons once in a while. Like in Toastmasters, I'm a mentor to 2 of the Toastmasters who have recently joined. So we meet every Tuesday, 10 to 10:30 p.m. with one person, with one Toastmaster, new Toastmaster, and the second person 10:30 to 11, right? And it is an individual time, and there are no charges or anything, because Toastmasters, we support each other so that each one of us grow, and we have a communication. We speak to them what are the challenges they are facing in their communication, or whatever the challenges is, we speak to each other, and myself, I give them certain things to do, certain things to practice, for example, tongue twisters. They need to practice for 5 minutes tongue twister, right? Red lorry, yellow lorry, red lorry, yellow lorry, kacha papad, paka papad, kacha papad, paka papad. So with this, what happens is that your tongue, it starts moving smoother, right? Just like a tonic. If you go to a doctor's, I say, I'm coughing, doctor. I'm not feeling well. The doctor will say, okay, Pradeep, don't worry. I'm going to give you a tonic, and by having this tonic 2 or 3 times, you are going to be perfectly fine. Right? I'm going to my family doctor. Just with his words, half the point, 50% I'm okay, right? And once I start having that tonic, I start getting better. In the same way, when you use this tongue twisters, I'm just citing an example. When you use this tongue twisters on a daily basis, and you practice in front of a mirror on a daily basis, looking into yourself, looking into your eyes, okay, in the mirror, and practicing yourself, right? Many affirmations and all these things, you start getting better. I even use the technique of affirmations. You can go to Google and just type in whatever you want to, just like you want to have a good relationship. Just type affirmation for good relationship and start doing that affirmation in front of the mirror. Get up, stand up and stand in a power pose. Power pose in the sense you need to keep your feet, 1 feet distance between each feet, right, firmly on the ground. So that is called the power pose, right? That's what we do in public speaking whenever you want to speak. And then look into the mirror and start saying that affirmation at least 3 times. One affirmation 3 times, like doctor says, hey, you need to take this and this medicines 3 times a day, after meal, after dinner, and after your breakfast or before breakfast. So what we all do is that we go and follow that, right? And we know from our experience, like our grandparents, even if they don't take that one medicine of BP or something like that, or they miss it due to any reason, their mental state gets what, up and down, right? They say, oh my god, you know what, Pradeep, I did not take the medicine today. Oh my god, I don't know whether my BP is going to go high. A psychological thing, but yes, of course it affects, right? So here too, have an accountability partner so that who can help you for that. The best thing what you can do is that you can go to the stick, right, .com. You can go to this, and there you will be able to have find your tracking. You can do your tracking, or you can buddy up with 2 people, right? 2 people having a common goal, like both want to become, here you can see the picture, they both want to do jogging and keep themselves in a good fitness, right? So what you can do is that to invest money in this habit change. If you don't follow through, the cash will go to charity. Now each person, right, 2 friends, they decide, say, if you don't come to jogging tomorrow, you need to pay me 100 rupees, or you can increase the value also to 500 rupees so that you can feel that heat, right? If it is 100 rupees, people will say, oh, 100 rupees, now that's okay, no problem, right? But if you say 500 rupees, right, you'll feel a little bit more intense, right? Because vitamin M is more powerful than anything else, as in today's scenario. Vitamin M in the sense, the power of money. That's what I mean to say. So you need to have some person like that. If I don't turn up tomorrow morning at 6:30 at that lake, you are going to pay me, or else I'm going to pay you, right? So maybe once in a week you can settle. You can take that amount and donate it to a particular charity, maybe a blind foundation or something other. And that's the time when that person will become more alert, saying, hey, you know what, Pradeep, I'm never going to miss this. I'm going to be consistent, right? Or whatever good, whichever foundation you are associated, you can start giving. So this is a screenshot of stick.com. Maybe you can try going here and working on your goals, and maybe it will definitely help you a lot, right? And totally into like-minded, right? Have you seen people, I want all of you to please answer this, in your life, who is telling you want to achieve something in your life, and the person says, no, Pradeep, you will never be able to do it, rather pointing at you, saying that you will never be able to do it. Have you come across any such people in your life who says you will never be able to do it, or you will never be able to reach there? Can you please type yes in the chat box? Please type yes in the chat box. Yeah, that would be great. Yes, I do see that. Thank you. Yes, we all come across one point of time in our life where people say you will not be able to do it. When I started my public speaking journey, people started saying that, hey Pradeep, you are an introvert, right? Introvert means I'll always be, even if I'm in a party, you will never be able to identify me that I'm in a party. I'll be in one corner, right? And maybe if any relatives or friends, they used to come, they need to come near to me and connect with me. But now it's completely different. And those friends who said you will not be able to do, one of my friend from Mumbai, he told in Marathi that Pradeep, tu he karu shaknar nahi. Means I said I'm getting into this public speaking field a couple of years back, and he said you will never be able to do it. I'll give you in writing or something like that, he said. What I did is that next day only I went ahead and deleted his phone number. from my phone. So all these negative naysayers will always be there, right? For example, if my parents remind me of my past failures, you have invested your hard-earned money, right? With your sweat, you have earned, say, a couple of lakhs, and you're investing in a business, right? Which you really know, you really understand that. It's not that you love biryani and tomorrow you think, hey, let me start a restaurant. No, 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 don't do that. Only in the, if you are a subject matter expert in particular field, then jump into that business, right? And if you know that business well, then your parents says, hey, you might be a failure because they have seen some movies somewhere and or heard some stories from the village that that was a failure. So then you can politely change that subject, right? Because you don't want to get into that fighting thing, right, in the family. So if I post a status on social media and get a negative comment, right, I will either remove the person as a friend or mute their updates. You're talking that I'm going on to say Mount Abu, or maybe I'm going to say Mount Kailash, or maybe Himalayas. Okay, I'm going to that base camp. I'm planning that, and one person says, "Hey, what you cannot go from here to here. Also, you cannot go to that 500 steps. What are you going to climb that huge mountain or something like that?" Right? Somebody posts that. What are you going to do? You need to take some immediate action, right? You will either mute him or you will unfriend him, right? From your this thing or from the group. That's what is going to happen. So if I don't get a positive experience from a habit building tool, right? You're using particular tool, particular app, and that is not going to give you any results. What you're going to do, you can move that app, rather delete that, uninstall that app, and go for another app which can help you, right? Like Healthify Me and various other different apps for the health too. So if people around me dwell in negativity, then I will start surrounding myself with positive people, right? There are only a couple of people in and around you who are going to take you to a positive. Remember, to remove one negative thoughts, right, you need at least 9 positive thoughts, right, to remove that negative thought. But if you want to get a negative person, you want to be a negative person, it would just take just like a drop, right? In a milk, you have a bowl of milk or a cup of milk, just drop one poison drop of poison, that is enough to, right, to take you to give you a takeoff, right? So in the same way, you need to be careful. Avoid trigger locations, right? If you know that going to a particular place you are not able to control yourself, right? Maybe a bar or even passing through that particular place, you tend to get into that maybe alcohol or alcoholic or something like that. Avoid that scene as much as possible, right? Now, how can you overcome challenges? This is the best thing, right? What you can do is that you need to start working on yourself, physical self, and also your mental self, because it's only one life what you get, my dear friends. And you need to be a little bit cautious if somebody is trying to put some poison into your mind. Poison in the sense, not the physical poison, I mean to say some negative thoughts which they're trying to give you or something like that. So getting a full night's sleep, just like if you ask any doctor, he or she will say a good night's sleep, a good diet, and followed by exercise. I would say add one more thing which is important, that is meditate or visualize or start working on your mental well-being. That's how you will feel. If you're going outside, maybe somewhere outstation, maybe for a day or maybe for work or something like that, you can carry in a small box, in a small dabba, right, airtight, some salads or fruits which is cut and where you can eat it whenever you have that time. So start developing that good habits instead of going to the local shop and having some french fries and all those things, right, which is going to deteriorate your stage. And the moment you have that oily things, automatically your the energy level, it starts going down. You start feeling down, cold, right? So try to have a balanced meal. Keep yourself hydrated as much as possible. Drink water, right, or any other like lime juice or something like that. Keep yourself hydrated with high energy, and carry healthy snacks. Yeah, that's what I mentioned. And also exercise to reduce stress every day, my dear friends, at least 5 days a week. We all need to do exercise. because the quality of vegetable which is coming in the market, it's not that good when compared to 20 years before what we used to get, right? So everything is polluted and everything, right? We know that, right? We don't, it doesn't have that much energy. You just take an apple or an for the matter even might be orange, right? It looks so good, but the potential or the sweetness and all those things, that nutrient part, it has drastically come down, right? Because all the good quality normally gets exported, and maybe the second thing, class, it might be supplied in and around. So the best thing is that get into having eating nuts and avocados and some good quality fruits, right? Whichever you have, rather than being dependent on something else, right? So start exercising, start jogging. That is the best way to start your day. And even diet. So it's being said the brain requires around 22 times as much as energy to run an equivalent in muscle tissue, right? So you require a lot of energy. For that, you need to have a great food. Initially, people used to say you don't exercise. That is the reason your body shape is however you are, however you look. The most important thing is your diet, right? Which most of them will never say, right? In the olden days, I mean to say, especially in my days, in my school days and college days, my grandma, she used to get up at 4 a.m. I hope you all must have experienced it too, right? Think about your grandma right now, just right now. I want all of you to just close your eyes and think. Please close your eyes. Yeah, that would be great. Let's do a small exercise. Go way back to your childhood days where you have your grandma preparing nice dishes for you, right? Great dishes for you. It might be maybe even idli, dosa, and in Udupi, in our place, we prepare. We used to call it as mude. Mude means you have a, say, a jackfruit uh, leaves which is made into a shape of a, a pouch like this, where you can put the batter, idli or dosa batter in it. You steam it and you get it, and then you peel off this leaves and you have that, right? It's just like a idli, it is thin, right? And this muda, it's heighted, right? We used to have that almost every day. And I don't know how many of you know about ganji, the starch rice, right? Even that was really nice when we used to be in a I used to be in my school and college days. The first thing what we used to have normally is just tea. Sometimes only tea we used to have, and then later at around 9 or 10ish, we used to have this ganji with either pickles or chutney. Some type of chutney she used to make, and we used to have that, and that was really healthy. Because in those days we used to see people, they were a lot of, they used to hard work, they used to do a lot of hard working, but not like us today, right? We come out of our vehicle and then just get into the lift, we come up, get home, and again the way back, the cycle continues. So also next is about your sleep. You need to, it depends upon people to people. Some people say you need to have 8 hours. No, definitely not. The best way to know how many hours of sleep you need is, do not keep an alarm clock, and observe yourself without the alarm clock. You go to sleep at the same time and see what time you get up for next 7 days without an alarm watch. So that is the right time which is required for your physical body. It might be different for your parents, it might be different for your kids, right? Depending upon, so we cannot say, even the right, the sleep specialist, they say that it totally depends upon each person, right? So you need to take care of your this thing, sleeping, right? Because during sleep what happens is that you have the hippocampus, right? One part of the brain which is just a temporary memory. So during sleep, all this temporary memory during whole day, whatever you had, it needs to be shifted to the prefrontal cortex, which is the permanent memory. So you need to take sleep. Otherwise, within if you don't sleep a day or two, you know what happens, right? Next day. Be aware of the hell effect, right? Here it's nothing but the person smokes fewer than 10 cigarettes per day, and unfortunately one fine day he gets a trigger or something happens and he goes and has 2 more extra cigarettes, and you feel, oh, right, why did this happen? And that's the hell effect. maybe the person drinks in a limited way, right? And one fine day, the person feel that I need to drink more, right? So just be aware of this health effect also. Practice streaking, that is having a daily routine, because it that is the thing which will help you to create a permanent change in your life, right? So you need to go for a walk, irrespective of whether it's raining or whatever it is. Just go for a walk and keep doing. Maybe if it's only for walking or any other thing, maybe you're going for some shuttle badminton, just go there every single day or once in 3 days, whenever you are committed with your friends. You go for swimming, just see that you do it on a regular basis depending upon your schedule. So that's what you need to be to get a permanent change, right? My dear friends, you need to forgive yourself, right? Most of the time, we try to do good things, but it doesn't happen because your inside chatter keeps saying no, 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 something like that. So please forgive yourself. I'm talking about the soul. We are all the soul inside this physical body and not a physical body in the soul, right? Because this thing, whatever you see, the features and everything, it's made up of 5 elements of matter. And one fine day, we are all going to get into that, right? We will be cremated or burned or something like that. But the soul within, right, which is in the center of the forehead, it drives this entire body, right? And we need to forgive ourselves too. One thing is forgiving others, right? And the other thing is forgiving yourself. So before you go to sleep, see that you forgive yourself for all the things, which is happening or something like that. And maybe you also need to forgive others. You will say, why should I forgive others? That the 3-letter word, right, which starts with E, that ego, is always there. Why should I ask apology first? Why should I? So forget about all these, keep it aside, because that is the most important thing that is taking our life into pieces, right? Even the maximum cases what we have in the courts filed for divorce is the millennials, is the recent one who have married, and that is, say, within 3 years people want divorce in today's scenario, right? So all these things are increasing only because of that ego, pride, because both are working, both are earning equally important, and all those things. So when one is high, so just get down into a lower thing and just try to get into that energy. And whenever you have any tussle, even at home, right, in relationship, see that by the end of the day, right, before you close your eyes, see that that issue is resolved or fixed or something is done about it, rather than getting up in the morning and having this train of thoughts going, which we have seen 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day, right? So forgive yourself. Celebrate small wins. It really doesn't matter that you just got a hike of say this month of 2,000 rupees or 5,000 or even 1,000 rupees. You got a hike and a bonus or something like that. Just celebrate, have that aura. They feel good about it. You can get an ice cream like me, or maybe, if you feel great enough, just go to a nearby restaurant, a good restaurant, right, together. That would be really nice. Or order a food, nice food which your family love, which you love, and just have it together. Okay, so small things, it will get you to great accomplishments. Finally, it's the focus on the journey, not the destination. My dear friends, we always tend to see that, oh, when it's going to come, when the plane is going to land, when we are going to reach. Suppose I am traveling from Bangalore to my place, Udupi. It will normally take me a 7.5 hours drive. Oh my God, will it come or no? No. We should leave all those thoughts and just focus on the nature wherever we are going, right? Just look into that cloud, look into that surrounding, look into that field, and keep seeing yourself and be in that great moment. At that moment, be there. Just like a marathon runner, normally a marathon is considered anything about 26 kilometers higher than that, it's called a marathon. Now, in one day, in the one single day, will you be able to run 26 kilometers? Definitely not, right? Even myself, I might not be able to run even 2 kilometers. So we all need to start with small steps, step by step, every single day. It's what we do every single day that counts. Like Bruce Lee rightly said, I'm not worried about a person who is a great martial artist, but I'm worried about a person who does one particular kick maybe 1,000 times. I'm worried about that particular person. So always remember that your one routine, one thing can create everything in a very nice way, and you will start getting to the next level. I do remember our 2020 visit with Dr. Ramanathan sir, Rajeshwari madam, and all the great faculties over there. When we had been to Dubai, we got an opportunity. Sir got us a tour to that 124th floor at Burj Khalifa. And I was just thinking, seeing over there such a high story, a huge stories building, 160 stories building. What must be the depth of that foundation which has gone below the ground, right? So higher the building, the greater the foundation on the down. In the same way, my dear friends, we need to sit down every single morning at 1 hour, golden hour. I would say whether you forget all the things over here, and doesn't matter, but one thing which you can take as a learning from today, right, is that 1 hour in the morning, golden hour, the moment you get up in the morning, that is the time to program yourself, to program your subconscious, your belief system, whatever is there, whatever stories you keep telling. You know what? My life is like this. You know what? My life is like this. So stop telling all those negative stories right from today and start telling some positive, good stories about yourself. Anytime you meet any person, normally the first 1, 2, 3 lines are always positive, right? You meet a person, hey, how are you doing? And then you start telling your stories. Please remember, next time you start opening your mouth after that 3, 4 lines, don't make yourself down or don't put yourself down. Be in a very positive state and start talking positive stories, right? You know what? In another 2 years, I'm going to, by 2025, 30th of June 2025, I'm going to be a distinguished Toastmaster, which is the top rank in the Toastmasters, right? Talk about that thing. By 2030, 30th of June, I'm going to have my own chartered plane. It really doesn't matter. People are going to laugh. Hey, you what? You're going to, you even cannot buy a BMW. You're talking about that $50 million buying a chartered plane. People might laugh at you. Really doesn't matter, right? So start talking something positive, something great as per your goals, and you will definitely start reaching to that destination. Lastly, I would like to end my the huge speech over here with 3 things which you can take from today is, of course, which I follow. That is, change your mindset, change your life, take consistent action on a daily basis, not once in a while, right? Like not going to the temple once in a week, maybe Friday or Monday. We all have a habit, right? When I was in Udupi, I used to go to temple, to Ishvara temple. I am a firm believer of Shiva. Every Monday, even if I don't want, my granny, she used to push me and go to that Ananteshwar temple in Udupi, in Krishnamat, and you have to go there at any cost, right? And we used to get that oil over there outside the temple where they used to sell, and 1 rupee oil, I think that was the cost over there. And I used to put that, and I used to take it around to wipe my head. That's what my granny taught me, and then put it into that main deepa stamba which is there inside the temple, and she says all your bad things will go from there. So take consistent action on a daily basis. And thirdly, keep thinking and focusing on your goals all the time. Don't move your eyes away from the goals at any cost. The focus is the most important thing. That is the currency for today, my dear friend. It's not how rich you are, how much estates you have, what is your name, status, position, designation, and all those things. It is if you have this one thing, that is focus, 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 you are one of the richest person on this planet right now. Let me end with a short story. Once, this one, Bill Gates' father, he called both Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, right? Berkshire Hathaway, right? Warren Buffett, one of the richest men. And he asked both of them to write one word which has made them excel in their life, one word. And both went into 2 different corners of a room, and both came up with just one word, the 5-letter word, which was focus. It is because of the focus we are able to achieve and create such a big empire, especially Bill Gates, who have been the richest person on this planet for 17 to 18 times. Just imagine that person saying that focus is one thing which has made him excel through this life. Thank you, and thank you to each and every member over here who have been patiently listening to me. And I would like to end here right now. And thanks for the great opportunity to Primax Academy, to both Rajeshwari Madam and Dr. Ramanathan Sir for giving me this opportunity and being with such great dignitaries over here. Thank you very much. You can reach me out on mindsettrainingacademy.in. So that's the easiest way to reach out to me. Let me stop sharing. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Over to you. Thank you.
Sir, so thank you very much. It has come out very nice and non-stop express. Non-stop express.
Yeah, I would request all of you to now get down from that 33,000 feet to right now, from that charter plane to this place. And I hope you all had a great journey. Yeah, thank you very much.
Really good. And before winding up, I will call you the person from the participants, and
Yeah.
we can share a view about today's
Yeah, some feedback. Sure.
feedback
Please.
about today's
Hello.
Yeah,
Hello. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, madam. Yes, sir.
Sir, it was a wonderful session. I mean, keep the audience to stick to the chair with that material and the way of delivery of the content. Wonderful. Amazing listening to you, sir. Amazing.
Thank you, Manisha Madam. That means a lot. Thank you very much.
I'm expecting from the participant side 2 more.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Shashmita Madam. Yeah, she has put in the chat. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Devi madam, please madam, you share your views now.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, the entire session was very wonderful. I can say, we could not even know, even though we thought, let me do some other work, I could not get up and do it. I just sat in front of my system and I just listened it, sir. It was too good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
for
Devi
being
Madam.
a resource person. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Devi Madam. Thank you.
Excuse me, sir. I have another query.
Yes, madam.
Sir, I'm working in CGC Lantra College in Punjab. In case we want to invite you for our session, sir, how can we contact you?
You can contact Dr. Ramanathan sir, who is here, right?
Okay,
Yes.
Sir, number will share.
Okay.
Yeah, share. You want online or offline, madam?
Sir, probably both we would be liking to have it, so.
Good, madam.
Yeah.
I will
Thank you, Dr. Ganesh. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
So, sorry. Any one person, male person, anybody? So, Prasad sir, Prasad is there.
Thank you, Malini Madam. Thank you very much.
Okay. Anybody? Last one person.
Thank you, Jamuna Madam. Thank you for your kind thoughts.
I'm a Jason from Tamil Nadu.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Please, sir.
Sir, this session is quite interesting, and definitely you have entered into your mind, and you have made us to reach our today's mission. Because
Wow,
this
that's
session
nice.
this section actually made a total change in us, and how we can go in future,
Yeah.
and how we can make our followers to follow us. So this is very fine and very interesting, and is also very much helpful for our future academic career. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mageshan sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thanks for your kind thoughts. To all the viewers over here, all my friends over here, even who has left all your thoughts in the chat, yes, I am seeing through that. Thank you very much, Ashok sir, and all of you. It's nice to hear from you, to great personalities like you, all doctorates and double graduates, double doctorate, triple doctorates, all of you leaving such great messages. I'm thankful and humble to that. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Pradeep sir is the excellent one. There is no word, a word to say. Actually, the expression of the way in which taking the class all are enjoyed,
Thank you.
and all the faculty members have taken the work. Actually, last the few days, the examinations and all. Really, I think so. They quite, they taken for relaxation. So Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
very
you,
much.
thank you, thank you, sir. Thanks for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, all the best. Yeah, thank you all. Yeah, Dr. Shubi. Yeah, Josephine. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. All the best, and do take care of your first hour. Remember that that is the one take which you need to take. Even somebody is going to give you $1 million check tomorrow morning, say no to them. Just say that that 1 hour, first hour is my hour, and that's where you can program your subconscious mind and make your life most beautiful, just like Khalifa, sir. Thank you very much for that trip, sir. I cannot forget that trip. Thank you for making it. Yeah, thank you. Okay, thank you, sir.
sir.
Bye. I'll take a leave. Yeah.
Participants, tomorrow is again. Okay, third day session will start. So thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye. Thank you.